In this video, I will brief you about the closure and its uses. Closure is the most asked question in the interview in these days. So in this video, I'm going to elaborate you about the closure definition and its uses, where we can use and how we can use. I will also create a code snippet to understand the closure. In term of definition, there are several definitions for the closure. Like first definition is, while some function is using some variable from its parent scope or from lexical scope, that time that variable called as a closure for that function. The first definition. Now second definition is, a closure is a function that captures the variable from its lexical scope. In simple word, the closure remembers the variable from the place where it is defined, no matter where it is executed. Okay, let's take an example. Like we have a problem and we are going to solve it by using the closure. I will give you the several of example for that. So this is the problem. Count the number of times user clicked on a button on a web page. So I will create a button on a web page and will write some code snippet for that. So here I'm creating a button click me. Now calling a function on click count, update click count, and now defining this variable in the JavaScript. Now the first way, we have multiple solution for it. Like we can set a global variable and a function to increase that variable. Okay, let's create a snippet for it. Now, like I created a button that clicked me and called this function update click count, and now created a global variable like named as counter and set the value is 0. Now I'm increasing the counter while clicked on the button, and to display on the UI I'm creating another div click count is. Now we'll write the result on this div. Okay, now this will work for our solution. Like clicking on this click me button, this will increase the counter. That's fine. But we have a bug in this solution, and we can also create another function to increase that variable. Like we can create a fake button and on click of this button I'm calling some another function fake call and creating the function named as a fake call. Now I'm increasing the counter value in this function. Now what will happen when we will call in this fake button, this count will increase in hidden way. Like I'm going to click on the fake button 3 times. 1 2 3. And now if I will click on this click me button, so this will the counter value will increase by 4 times because the fake button already increased it by 3 times. Now I'm clicking on the click me button. You see that there is value is saved, right? So by creating another function, we can also increase the global variable count. So in some way this solution will not work. Okay, now you might be thinking of declaring the variable inside the function, right? If we will declare this variable inside the function, now every time when I click on the when update click count function is called, the counter is set to 0 again, right? And also the nested function also will not work. Okay, now let's come up with the closure solution with the self invoking function. Now I'm creating the function variable update click count and creating self invoking function. This is the self invoking function, and now defining the counter as a 0 under this function, also returning a function from this self invoking function. Now increasing the counter value in this. Now I'm writing this counter value by id span count. Now the self invoking function only run once. It set the counter 0 and return a function. This way update click count became a function. The wonderful part is that it can access the counter in the parent scope. For this function, this is the parent scope, and we can use this variable as a closure. This is called JavaScript Closure. It make it possible to a function to have a private variable. The counter is protected by the scope of anonymous function and can only be changed using this update click count function only. Now I'm running this. You can see that this is working. Now I'm also going to show you the scope in the JavaScript object, like in the source. I'm adding a debugger on it and now clicking on this click me button. Now you can see this, the counter is a closer at this place and the value is 7 because it's going to increase by 1. So this is the closer example. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys. If you understand the closer, then please do like and subscribe the channel. And if you guys are wanted me to create some another video on some other topics, then please mention the topic in the comment section. I will definitely create another video for you guys. Thank you guys.